Hello everyone and welcome back to The Crow. I'm Lauren Ballard, the multimedia editor for the Chanticleer. The Crow is our podcast, and here we will briefly discuss and go behind the scenes on the stories that were published this past week. AnnaKate, our editor-in-chief currently, is here to talk about Board of Trustees and what it is, which I think we've done a Board of Trustees podcast before, so, I mean, I guess if people don't know what it is at this point, and the new stuff that is going to be coming out of that. So what happened at the Board of Trustees meeting?
Yeah, so the trustees are the people that make decisions for the university. They meet 4 times a year, and then, like, everyone here or in the university will, like, bring all their decisions or whatever they want passed, and then they'll also just, like, give a lot of updates because it's, like, the only time, you know, every 3 months that they meet and can do stuff. Right. So they normally, like, every April we'll see the tuition increase. They did increase it 1.98%. So, like, for undergrad in state, it was like $7. And then for, like, I think if you're out of state, maybe it was $14. And then master or, like, graduate students in state was maybe, I don't know. It's in the story, but like 1.98% from every rate that it is right now. And then they've added like a few fees. So, I mean, I won't be here to pay them, thank God. But for other people, they will have to pay it.
Does that start in August or like summer?
Yeah, in August. Okay. So it's for fiscal years 26 and 27. Okay. So
interesting. So this is your like last Board of Trustees meeting. Like, did you think that it went easier this time around, or?
They actually talked about a lot less, I feel like.
Yeah.
But also more all at the same time. But no, I'm just like, they're kind of boring sometimes when they start talking about stuff that's like the audit and like, I mean, even though like I know it's important, especially if like they find something, if it didn't come like a clean audit. But I mean, it was fun, and they spend like an hour talking about that. I'm like, yep, sounds good.
Sounds good. Great audit.
Yeah, I'm used to it now. I know like what to expect. But then they talked about the aviation program. They're partnering with the Sanders Flight Training in Jasper, so that students like will actually fly the planes there, and then they'll like get instruction here.
Which is like a big deal.
Yes, I don't even think they've hired a faculty member for that yet. And I know their plan was to just hire one and then have a cohort, and they just like moved through with that specific teacher. Wait, what else did I?
Construction.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. The Randy Owen Center, that's set to be done at the end of May. They're going to have like a concert and a documentary. Yeah. I had to look it up. There is like, Randy Owen has some documentary.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't either. But they're screening that, and you have to get a ticket. The tickets are, available Thursday. I don't know how much they are. I might buy one, but I probably won't be here.
I would go just to see what the inside looks like.
Well, you can just walk in it like the day after. You don't have to have a ticket. I think you can just go. But it's like you need a ticket for the concert and stuff. But yeah, and then the other thing. Oh, so the road work, the first project along Highway 204. The police chief said that it could start in June. They're going to try to get everything bidded out this month and then have it start in June. But that's like a 24-month project. It'll be long. And then, but that'll be good, like, because I live on 204 and it's pretty bad trying to get out. Yeah. And so I think for the 2 years that it's in construction, it'll be annoying. But like ultimately, it's really bad right there.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to my roommates about, because we also live on the other side of where you live.
Yeah, it's awful. And then down Highway 21, that may not start until January. But it'll change, like, the way traffic is coming. Or one of the parking lots into the International House, it'll change that, which I think it needs, because that's, like, a weird intersection right there. And then at the TMB, changing a few of the ways that traffic goes in and out. Which I haven't found a problem right there, but I also try not to get out when it's busy. So I don't know. And then I know it'll add like some like bollards, which like help keep pedestrians from just like jaywalking.
Yeah, and that part, if it's anywhere near that area, like a lot of people try to go to the Dollar General, but there's like the only way to cross over there is at the very bottom of the hill. So I don't know, maybe they'll
well, no, that's on 204.
Oh,
I'm
you're talking
21. Like,
oh, okay.
yeah. Like if you're going towards Oxford.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. So many different roads, and I don't know where I am.
Really?
No.
There's only 2 roads in Jackson. But yeah, it'll be that one. I think they said it's only like, I think maybe at the most a year. I think it might be like a 6 or 8 month project, which shouldn't be as bad. But then there's also supposed to be, which like the university doesn't really have that much to do with it. But I know like the square, they were hoping it would start this spring, but obviously it hasn't because nothing ever starts on time. But the square is supposed to be getting a lot of upgrades too. But I'm just hoping, or I'm just glad that it hasn't started yet because I don't want to deal with it.
No, not while you're here. You might be in Louisiana by that time. So.
Maybe.
You might be. Well, a lot of big things to come to Jacksonville. I might be here just for it, so I'll keep you updated and your family keep you updated. And whoever continues at the Chanticleer will keep you updated on what's happening.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, AnnaKate, for
You're
giving
welcome.
us that. Okay, now I'm here with one of our correspondents, Jadan Gainey, but also our program director for WLJS, here to talk about a story he wrote about, what's his name, Willett?
Danny Willett, yeah.
Who, well, I don't know really who he is. I'm not a sports person, so you're going to have to tell me who he is.
He's a golfer that played here in 2006 and 7 when we were in the Ohio Valley Conference. So we were still playing like Division II athletics. And he kind of, I don't want to say lucked into a Masters win, but he won the 2016 Masters after Jordan Spieth had like the biggest meltdown in sports history. It was like one of the worst choke jobs of all time.
Oh.
It's like really bad. Like it's not like, I mean, he had a really bad 3 holes on the last day, so it let a Gamecock win arguably the biggest tournament in individual sports. So, and it was 10 years since that happened, so it was time to kind of recap it and look at it from a new light, I guess you can say.
Mm-hmm. So did you have the story idea, or did like Austin, or like where did this come from?
No, I mean, I guess Austin had it, or someone had it. I don't know who had the idea, but it makes a lot of sense. Just with it was the 10-year anniversary Friday, and he was also competing in this year's Masters, so it was like a natural step just to write the story. Mm-hmm. But I really enjoyed it. I know I had a lot of fun.
Is this the type of stories do you like to write, or is this just?
Well, I think I'm the best. My best style of writing is feature stories. So yeah, I think feature stories are my favorite. That was my first time peg feature, so that's kind of interesting to get to experiment with something like that. It's also covering something that I don't think I would ever write about, which was the Masters. Mm-hmm. So it was fun to cover that like unique event. But no, like feature stories are definitely my favorite. I've done like profiles and stuff in the past, but a time peg feature was an interesting write.
And it's also golf, and you've gotten into golf really. I wouldn't say recently, but
it was a little less than a year ago. Last Memorial Day, I think it was.
Mm-hmm. So
Me
like,
in Austin.
Yeah. So like now being able to write a story about something that you care about, does that make it more impactful or meaningful for you?
I mean, a little bit for sure. In this instance, it does a little bit. I really enjoy writing baseball stories too, just because I played baseball my entire life and it's been my favorite sport. But with golf, it provides a unique challenge because I know what the words mean. I know what the golf terminology means. But since I'm not like a veteran of it or anything like that, I haven't really done it a lot. It's been something it's been a challenge to try and communicate that to the reader, mm-hmm. like what these words mean, the best way of putting it. I talk to Mr. Cunningham all the time about it. I don't want to just like throw words on the papers, like or not even words, just numbers. Like, oh, he shot a 4 on the par 4 17th hole. It's like, it's just too many words. Mm-hmm. If you like, so I try to. It's like a unique juggling act to try and make it as simple as possible. With baseball, I don't have that issue. Like I can kind of communicate baseball to someone a lot simpler than golf. But that was the struggle in this story, was trying to actually tell people how bad the Jordan Spieth incident was. I will call it the incident, and how I don't know, I'm not fortunate, but how Danny Willett capitalized on it. So mm-hmm. that's been the problem with writing about golf. Even on the golf recaps I've tried to write, it's not been great.
So was that the biggest problem with this story, or did you have any other things come up?
Well, technically, I guess that was the biggest problem from like a writing point of view. I tried to I emailed Danny Willett's team and stuff, but it was the week of the Masters, so he was never going to answer, like, ever. He was already in Augusta, Georgia, but So, I mean, I guess it's one of those two things. But I really didn't have a challenge. I really enjoyed researching the story, looking up some of the interesting facts. Like, he wasn't even supposed to play. He wasn't even going to play in the Masters. His wife gave birth to their son days before it started. So, no, I mean, I wouldn't even say there was really a challenge. There was just a couple of things that I had to take into consideration, especially the numbers.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jaden, for
Yeah, of course.
Telling us about your story. Have a good rest of your day. All right, now I'm here with our sports editor, Austin Tackett, to talk about his story that he did on the bowling team winning nationals, which I don't know the statistics behind that, but I'm sure you do. So take it away.
Yeah, it is their second national championship in 3 appearances in 3 years of existence. Obviously, we know their first year of existence, they won the national championship. Last year, they made it to the finals, lost in 7 games to Youngstown State. This season, they only dropped 1 game throughout the entire NCAA championships and took down Wichita State 4-1 in comeback fashion and claimed their second national championship under Shannon O'Keefe and in existence. But claiming the national championship just wasn't obviously it's the pillar of what the success that happened this season, but the bowling team accumulated a 103-10 overall record.
Oh my gosh.
Picking up over a 30-game win streak throughout the season, and every poll released throughout the season, which began all the way back in October. The Gamecocks were number 1 in every single poll. Every other team in the country was playing catch up to Jacksonville State's bowling team, and nobody else could catch up. I mean, 10 teams were able to defeat them throughout the regular season, but when it matters most, Shannon O'Keefe and our bowlers, they get their job. They do their job, and they do it well, obviously.
That's wild.
Like I mentioned in my story, the first game, they had some hiccups. They dropped the first game. From there on out, it was all Gamecock. There was no what is Wichita? The Shockers? Yeah, I think Wichita State's the Shockers. There was no Shockers after game 1. It was all Gamecocks. I mean, domination after domination in game 2-5. So Shannon O'Keefe quickly building a historic career here at Jack State, picking up her 4th total national championship, 2nd here at Jack State, like I mentioned. McKendree, she picked up 1 more, and there's 1 more I might be missing, but it could both be McKendree. 4th total national championship. The O'Keefes are building something legendary here at Jack State. And shout out to Greg Seitz for that hire. Actually, I think it's very interesting. I wanted to do a little story on this later, but the bowling team only exists because the transition to FBS football, transition to Conference USA, we needed more scholarships for women to equal out the Title IX opportunities. That being said, they introduced a bowling team of all things. They went and got one of the better coaches in all of the world, one of the best women bowlers of all time to coach the team. And in 3 years, they've won 2 national championships and cemented themselves as a legacy in college bowling.
That is genuinely wild. I was watching clips from it. I even saw on TikTok this guy talking about them beating Wichita, and it was how big of a deal it is. But yeah, it is a crazy achievement to know that we have the best bowling team. So after they win nationals, is there somewhere they're going after this, or is nationals in the next season?
The national championship obviously was the height of the accomplishments, but they do have the USBC Intercollegiate Team Championships, which is just the U.S. Bowling Committee, I'm pretty sure, is what USBC is, but that's just more I guess bowling centric. I don't know, but it's the national championships, right? So I don't think anything beats that. I'm sure the team would love to bring home the Intercollegiate Team Championships, but nothing's going to beat that national championship trophy that they took home and is back in Jacksonville now. So season's not over just yet, but the height of the season, I feel has already passed.
What it went into the story for this one? Were you going out and interviewing the players, or?
Oh no, they were in Ohio.
Oh, okay.
I was virtually covering this. I was not going to Ohio. With finals, everything else going on right now, final projects.
Because he's an art student now.
Yeah, boy. I ain't got no time to make it to Ohio, so I did cover this virtually. Luckily, I have YouTube TV and ESPN Plus, so I was able to catch each of the games. I don't think I did a story up until the final the matchup, just for the simple fact that they were kicking tail in. I don't know how much to write about that until there's something accomplished. So I saved it until the very end, and I was able to get a good amount of story. I didn't interview anybody personally, just for the simple fact that the interviews that I used for my story were available on the broadcast. Obviously, them being Ohio, it's not like I probably could call Shannon or something like that, but I didn't. So I just used what was available to me from ESPN.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for giving us these insights on the bowling team. I can't wait to know more what the next staff will be covering on the bowling team.
More power to them.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That's all for The Crow. Stay up to date with JSU News and make sure you check out our website at jsuchanticleer.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at JSU Chanticleer.